Hey guys, Joe DeMarco from the Crazy New York Driver Show. It's Thursday evening, June 29th, 2023. Welcome to another eBay video. The main topic of tonight's video is going to be the eBay Summer Seller Newsletter that was released yesterday. I'm also going to touch on one of the stupidest eBay buyers I've encountered in many years. So that being said, let's first talk about the stupidest eBay buyer in many years, and then we'll talk about the eBay Summer Seller Newsletter. So let's get right into it. Oh, by the way, how do you like some of my classic license plates? Guys, before I start in talking about the Summer Seller Newsletter, I would like to show you what I believe is the stupidest eBay buyer walking the earth today. Please take a look at your screen and follow along with me. So I received this return request here for this item, and the person wrote in that they ordered it by mistake. And they wrote in Spanish here, and I'm going to translate this for you. I thought I was getting all 4 wheel covers, not only one. I can't use just one. That's basically loosely translated what he just said there. Now, let's look at the listing itself, because I want to talk a little bit more, just to prove to you how moronic this person is. Here is the actual listing. Please look at the photograph. You can see 1. Look at the listing title. It says 1. Okay? Look at the price. $15.30. Can anybody out there please tell me how somebody could think they would get 4 factory Nissan hubcaps for $15.30? That is the sign of a moron. But even worse, put that aside. Look here. Shipping was $15.96 for him to get it. He's going to have to spend that again to ship it back to me. So he's spending approximately $32 to get back $15.30. The guy's a moron. Okay? This is not the first time this has happened to me, but it's one of the most egregious ones, and I want to share it with you and hopefully bring a smile to your guys' faces. Now, let's move on and let's talk about eBay's Summer Seller Newsletter. All right, guys, I'm going to touch on a few topics that I think would be of most interest to you guys. And we're going to start right here in the first quadrant with running your business. So let's take a look at what they've got to say. First of all, this is something that they actually rolled out a while back, but I think it's a very good idea. Improvements to the payment dispute process. Basically, for those of you guys who've gone through this, when a buyer would file a credit card chargeback, not through eBay, but through his payment institution, we would only have one measly file that we could upload, and it was causing major problems. Now we have 5 pictures we can upload, which is very helpful, and we can also type in up to 1,000 characters and explain exactly what happened. I can't tell you how many of these I've had just this year, and it's concerning, and I think it's only going to get worse. So it's important that all you guys realize this is definitely a positive step. Also, please keep in mind that it's not eBay's fault when a buyer tries to scam us like this, all right? Because they're not scamming us through eBay per se, they're doing it through their own institution. However, it's my personal feeling that if we are able to prove our case and it's found in our favor, I think the buyer should be banned from eBay for being a scammer. But that's a topic for another whole video, okay? Now, next item. This was a long time in coming. Reporting inappropriate messages. Oh my God. I can't tell you guys how many times over the years I've had people drop the F-bomb on me, threaten to do me bodily harm, threaten to come here to my store and attack me and do all kinds of things, and there was never even a link to report these people. Now, eBay is saying there is now a way to report them. But the question is, will they act? Well, here's what I can tell you for sure, and I think you guys will agree with me on this. They will not tell us whether they're going to do anything or whether they did anything. We'll never know. So I consider this a step in the right direction for sure, guaranteed. But I just don't know how much they will enforce this or how far they will go. Okay? So far I'm happy with everything. Next we have this. For people who sell overseas, and I know some of you guys do and some of you don't, but even the guys who do sell overseas, this does not affect every single eBay seller. For some reason, they're really strong on electronics. Those of you guys who sell in the electronics category, this will affect you. I only sell in the eBay Motors Auto Parts category, so it doesn't affect me. Okay? And Germany is another whole story altogether. That would basically affect everybody. However, if you are enrolled in the new eBay International Shipping Program, eBay will take care of this for you and you will not have to worry. So that's really not an issue if you're enrolled in that program. And by the way, guys, I got to tell you something that's been on my mind for at least a month. I've always been a big fan of the global shipping program, and I've done very well with it. But ever since they switched me over to the new program, my international sales have died like you've never seen. I'm still doing well shipping to Canada, but that's only because I ship to Canada on my own. I don't use the global shipping program for that. I ship on my own. All right, let's move on to fees and financials because this is another important hot button issue. This has to do with unpaid items. Once again, and I don't want to sound like a broken record, but once again, eBay says that they are rolling out immediate payment on best offers, meaning when a buyer will send us the best offer, eBay is rolling out the immediate payment. They say they're actually stepping it up. Now, I can tell you this. Yesterday was Wednesday, and I received, I believe, 5 best offers. Out of those 5, only 1 had the immediate payment offer. Now today, which is Thursday, I only got 1 best offer so far, and that one did have the immediate payment feature, so I snapped that one right up and I accepted it. But I really hope this time they're serious about implementing the immediate payment required feature for all best offers. It will help so much for all people concerned. Now, I've heard one of the reasons in the past that they didn't want to do this is they said that they felt it was cutting down on buyers making best offers. And I believe them because it was cutting down on buyers making best offers because they realized they actually had to pay for the item they were making an offer on. So hopefully, here on in, things will get better in that respect. All right, that takes care of that. This here is a situation, listing and promoting. For many years, eBay has had something called Promoted Listings Standard, which many of us are in, including myself, where you can bid a percentage that you set and eBay will bump your items up in search, okay? Now, you used to be able to bid 1%, but eBay put a stop to that because everybody was bidding 1%. And some say it's a money grab. and I'm not going to argue with them. So I myself bid approximately 3% now. I will not bid any more than 3%, and I have a really, really good reason for that. Okay, but before I get into that, eBay is introducing dynamic ad rates, and this is on top of what I'm discussing right now. And this is something you guys should read yourself. Personally, I do not recommend it. I feel we're all spending enough money on eBay now with our listing fees, final value fees, promoted listing standard, Michigots, and that kind of thing. But the reason I was saying I don't want to go any higher than 3%, and this is something nobody has talked about that I know of. Let's just say you have an item that's $100 plus shipping. And let's say you got balls of steel and you bid 10%. Now 10% is $10, guys, okay? All right? So let's say you're in at 10% and a buyer is happy. He liked your item, he purchases it, all right, pays you right away, and then immediately after that, eBay shows him the same item from somebody that's bidding, let's say, 2 or 3%. And the other item is cheaper. So let's say what happens now if the buyer says, oh, I want to cancel this. I found a better price. And we all know that's been happening. My question is, do you get back the 10% promoted listing fee that you bid and just lost? I'm pretty sure you do not. Okay, so please keep that in mind. It's very serious. I got news for you. Even if you were getting it back, I don't think you have any business bidding 10%, but that's just me. So yeah, please keep that in mind because this can add up very, very quickly, especially this new dynamic ad rate. You can set it to fluctuate. For instance, if I sell on eBay Motors, and they're usually telling me, depending on what my item is, that the going ad rate is anywhere from 7% to 11%. So if I was going to enroll in this dynamic ad rate, I'd be spending anywhere from 7% to 11% until eBay tells me the ad rate has changed and would probably go up. Then I'd be spending that much more, and I'm not doing it. Because like my old boss used to say in the junkyard, I'm keeping my money in my pocket. I am going to stay with promoted listing standard at the 3%, and it's good enough for me. Okay. Lastly, shipping. This is, again, the new eBay International Shipping Program that I touched on earlier in the video. Personally, I think it's a very good idea. I have no problem with this whatsoever. The thing that does concern me is my international sales have gone way down, and I have nothing to attribute it to. So if you guys have anything you'd like to contribute about your international sales, have you noticed they've gone down lately? Please, please, please comment in the comment section below. And that being said, guys, that is all I'm going to talk about right now on this particular video. Thank you for watching. I hope I've answered any questions you have on the eBay Summer Seller Newsletter. If I haven't, please ask them in the comment section below. Or if you'd like to make some statements, please feel free to do so. I'm Crazy New York Driver, you're not. Thanks for watching my video. I will put out another video in the near future, but I just can't give you an exact date. Thank you, rock on, and peace.